Okay, here's a quick video on how to use a rubric. So again, if you went into Needs Graded in Blackboard, so if I go down to Needs Graded, all of these should pop in there if you have them as an assignment. And don't want to show names here. All right, and so I'm going to look at this student's work. All right, so here it looks like, I'm not sure. Oh, they switched over. Do you see that? That they switches to adding, all right, and it should be multiply. So we'll look at that on the rubric. So looks like they know what they are doing. I would say they just made a mistake and switched that to adding instead of multiplying. All right, let's look at the next one. Here they got 16 and 12. That adds up to 28, so that's okay. Let's see the next one. They figured out the rates. He forgot to put per hour, but again, not a big deal. So he gives a justification. Here he has that. Here, looking at just the person who was vaccinated, so that total, so that looks good. Here they do the math. They do everything okay there. Here, let's see, he finds the error and goes ahead and fixes it. Let's see, here he fills out the chart, graphs it, doesn't do labels, which again, if this was I don't know, like a test, I'd maybe take some points off for that, but does consistent units and so forth. And then he figures that out. Okay, so I am going to go back up, and if you look where the grade submission is, I'm going to pull on that down arrow here. All right, and the rubric, I'm going to click on it so I physically can see the rubric. All right, and so again, I have to remember how my student did, obviously. So I would say they would have answered a minor error. I think he knows that he just made a mistake. All right, and then if I go back, I think the rest were all good. So I'll have to double check again. And again, here, if you need to edit the rubric, if yours are backwards on this due to an error, I sent out a video on how to edit the rubric, okay? And then again, I don't have to fill out the total points. That will all submit. And again, so I should be good. I guess I can put enter. I don't know if that does it or not. And then it goes in there. Okay, so I just went ahead and hit enter, and then the grades go in here. And again, if I forget, I can double check, but looks like he did everything great. The only error was on that order of op. All right, now, if you want to override that grade, that is your right. Okay, so as long as you submit the rubric, you're fine. Sorry here. Yeah, I mean, if you want to grade that differently than how it's graded, certainly you can do that. All right, so anyway, that is how you use the rubric to grade student work. Okay, here's a quick video on how to use the rubric. So again, you would go to Needs Graded, and all of your assessments should pop in there if you made them into an assignment. And let's see, I don't want to show the student's name here. So this student, looks like they just, when they brought it down, they brought it as plus instead of multiplying. And so they got the incorrect answer there. This one looks good. Those look good. Everything is looking good here. So only thing here is I would put labels and units on here. If it was a test, I'd maybe take off for that, but they know what they're doing. So then what I would do, and I've already graded this one, is I would click down, and you can see the rubric right there. And so what I did on the rubric is I just picked the middle category here, because I think they would have gotten it right if they didn't make a minor mistake. They just, they change it to add to multiply. This student knows. They just did something silly. But everything else, they got 4, so I just clicked on those. And then I could enter the enter myself, like the numbers, but if I just hit enter, then what happens is that grade goes into the grade book. Now, I'm okay with this grade, but if, excuse me, if you're not, you can override this, okay? That doesn't impact the rubric that gets submitted for assessment. So I'm just going to hit submit, and then it's going to go to the next student, and I'm going to do that. All right, hopefully that helps. If you need any help, please let me know. Again, I did send out another video on editing the rubric because that one row was backwards. So if you could edit that, that would be great. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.